The champ. The new champion.
Canadian winning the Cali Pro.
Dude, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That is so awesome. So how cool is this that I call you on Friday? Because this was not planned this way. I call you Friday night and I say, hey, when are you leaving Vegas? We really want to get you on a channel because we never get a chance to see you.
Oh, there was I think lockdown. I think the bicep there also.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been such a long time coming, and so
Yeah.
I called you Friday. You said, yeah, I'm supposed to leave Sunday, but maybe I'll rearrange.
We extended.
And so you extended, and you in the show, and now you're here.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
Oh, that's so exciting,
I ain't
man.
complaining.
That's so exciting. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
happy for you. My first Olympia ever.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Very
I
cool.
was with Jay last night. We had dinner and stuff, and
Oh, did you see him last night?
yeah, we
Nice.
did. Yeah.
He told me he wanted to get together with you. So.
Yeah, so we're
That's
talking
great.
and stuff. Even like her this morning. That's Mariah, by the way. That's,
Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Doing the content with Asian Muscle. She's Noah and Dorian's sister.
Ah,
And she's
awesome.
doing a great job right now with that.
Where's Dorian?
He just
Oh,
went
you
to
want
get
to
a
get a drink?
monster.
Okay, cool.
That's it. This morning she said, hey, so you're going to the Olympia. I was like, I forgot. I was like, oh, shit.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
Then I saw the sword on my
Corner.
in the corners. And, oh my god, I remember what happened yesterday.
That's awesome. Let's get in there. It's hot.
Yeah,
we're gonna
for
go in
sure.
there and then we're gonna train a little bit and talk some more.
Yeah,
Awesome.
For sure.
Lift Factory. There you go.
Did you show them the sign here?
The last one.
Hardcore gym. Hardcore gym.
There you go.
Is it the only one that's got like
Well, there's only one Lift Factory, but there's not many hardcore gym left, is what I'm saying. You know, so.
Yeah.
there was the golden flamingo in the past.
Yeah, that's a long time gone, man. Yeah,
And now there's
that's it.
You should take your mask off so we can hear you.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Good.
Awesome. Very cool.
Hardcore gym.
That's it.
Let's get a hardcore back workout in.
Oh yeah, is that what it is? That's on the menu today?
Back, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
very
well,
cool.
just not crazy.
I
but
know.
wanna get a good pump in.
Yeah.
I was like 269 this morning. I gained
Wow.
8 pounds just from
Wow.
water and.
We're 260 on stage, 261?
I think I was 261 the morning of. And by the time I was on stage, I did eat 2 meals and I drank some carb HD in the back.
Yeah.
So probably like 263.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, let's get in there.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, guys, Dave Man Max 6, and I'm really excited today to have the brand new California champion overall.
Yeah. Forgot that.
I know. Antoine Vaillant. I'm not fucking up your name because
No, you're
all
not.
these guys are
You're the
messing up
only
your
one.
name. Antoine Vaillant, my good friend from Canada,
Yes.
and his coach, Dorian Hamilton. Dorian, I'm very excited to have you. First time on the channel. First time I get to meet you, but I've heard a lot about you for a long time.
My pleasure.
I'm told you're a fan. I'm told that you have a gym back on, and all that plays in there is JTV. Is that right?
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm
Thank you.
so happy for you. It was a long road for you. A lot has happened over the past couple of years. You were supposed to compete last year. That didn't happen. You hurt yourself. We have a lot to talk about, man.
Yeah.
I was talking to you off camera. When was the last time we filmed? The first time we filmed, I think it was 2013 when you just got your pro card for MD, right?
2012, I turned pro. I signed with MD.
Yeah.
I was doing the Young Guns column.
Right.
I actually love doing that. I was writing every month for
That was great.
Steve there. And I went to was Mike there? Mike Johnson? Did he came with me? I think we
Yes,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
right.
Mike
You
Johnson
guys
was
used
there.
to tour together and everything. That's
Yeah,
right.
So we went to California and stuff. They're turning pro, and it's kind of thing to do. And of course, back then it was the store.
Yep.
Yeah, cool
Wasn't
store.
it called something on the couch or something?
Yeah, it was on the couch with Mad Max. It was Muscle Beach TV. Yeah, on the couch. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the couches again.
We tried to recreate it a little bit right
Yeah,
now.
with
Yeah.
Mad Max again, and 8 years later.
Oh my god, that's awesome. So, Dorian, I want to talk to you for a second. You have a really cool setup over there. You kind of set up your own little oxygen, but in Canada.
Yeah.
You have a house full of bodybuilders. You have your own gym. You have your prep guy. You're helping all these guys compete. You have Antoine. You have Regan. What else? Who else do you have that's over there?
Oh, geez. Down there at Pure Muscle, there's Quentin, there's Regan, there's Antoine. Who else do we have there?
Frank was in there for a while.
Yeah,
Frank McGrath.
Frank's there. I mean, the gym is full of pros. We have probably 30, 40 pros
Wow.
training at Pure Muscle and Fitness. So the community at the gym is super motivating, super good energy. It's pretty amazing. I mean, that's what we want to create. We want to create an atmosphere that just had really positive energy. Everyone supports each other.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really, really good setup.
So everybody kind of gathered to it. What was the gym? What was the gym to go to before you opened your place? Was there anything?
Gym we go to, yeah, you know what? It was one of those things where, like, for us, it was like, oh, chest day, we'll go to, World Gym.
Gotcha.
For leg day, we'll go to this.
So
gym.
depending on the machines,
yeah, we were bouncing around. So with Pure Muscle, we wanted to create something that just had
everything was there.
The best variety, the best machines, all under one roof.
Wow.
So we're continuing to grow that now. We're actually going to be doing a little expansion. We're acquiring the unit next door.
Nice.
So we're going to be expanding that, making it even bigger. So
what is the address of the gym, real quick, so it's in there for people?
What's that?
What is the address of the gym, real quick?
Oh, the address is in Burlington. It's 5070 Benson Drive, and you can check it out on Instagram. Just Pure Muscle and Fitness.
Pure Muscle and Fitness.
And fitness.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So Antoine, let's talk about the show for a little bit. You just came from a 7th place at the New York Pro. Looked good over there, but obviously made some progress because just a week later, you placed first at the California. So talk to me about the journey and the difference between the two shows, and how did you feel like New York went, and then how did you end up winning the show?
The thing for me, my priority with Dorian was like, I want to be shredded AF. And I think I was my condition was good at the New York, but I look at the other guys, I was like, shit, they're pretty swole. They're all full and big up top, nice big muscle bellies, and I thought I had a good shot of winning in my head. Then I go there and I was like, shit, okay, this is what competing is. And I wasn't upset for 7th place. I was like, I asked for feedback from Tyler Mannion. Then we just saw how I was on stage, and then my posing, I did a few mistakes there. I was crunching down too much and not taking as much real estate on stage. And we just applied the feedback that we got. But in reality, look, I got 7th place, and then I got the 1st place a week later. I didn't do that. Dorian did that. Because I just dieted for months on end to train the hardest I could every day, follow the diet to the gram on the scale, did the maximum effort. The only thing I could have done better is posing now that I pose with Flex Sweeter. But I put myself in a condition with Dorian's guidance to the most trained I could be for New York Pro. But then it's like the difference between New York Pro and my Cali win is just that I was with him every day. He was like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, and he can tell more about what we did, but it's all, the credit goes all to him. I was just like a machine. He was like the brain behind the whole operation there.
Well, let's talk to you for a second. So what obviously the condition was the goal for the New York Pro, and we talked off camera, and once someone is in shape, it's much easier to make adjustment to make them better after because they're in shape. Yep. So what was the change that you applied for him in the coming week?
Antoine, for the New York Pro, we landed late Wednesday, so we really only had 2 days to carb up. And because of the way we sort of dieted with Antoine, it was a very short diet because we were originally going to be doing the Boston Pro in Chicago.
How short?
It was like, 3.5 weeks out 4 weeks out from Cali. He was like, should I do Cali? And I was like,
jeez.
Okay, we can try. And then he progressed so quickly that we then decided to jump into New York 7 days out.
Okay.
So I kind of had a feeling, because we dealt with this last year too, that his body sometimes, when he gets in that rhythm, that groove, where he's progressing and depleting so quickly, it requires a lot of food to fill him out. So with the New York, I wanted to play it safe though and make sure the condition was a priority. So we did what we could in 2 days, but we felt like after prejudging, seeing him next to the guys, we knew that he was too flat. You know what I mean? He needs to be fuller, and some of his posing needed to be corrected. So we did the best we could to, make some adjustments for the night show. And I think if you reflect back to the pictures, you will see he was a little fuller at night. So, we applied what we did. It was like, a little secret concoction carb drink we have post-workout. So we applied, we saw that worked, so we applied it to this show. But we spent all week basically eating over 1,000 grams of carbs.
Wow, sounds like Jay.
Yeah, he had to eat. So that was 9 days at 1,000 grams of carbs.
Wow.
And then it even got to a point where he was burning so much that we really had to increase his fats, his saturated fats, ground beef, salmon, whole eggs. Yeah. Wednesday, because we were doing it, and Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday he dropped weight. With a flight, he dropped 4 pounds flying here. So Wednesday, we actually went even higher. And we had 5 guys, so we really had to make sure. I really wanted to push his fullness.
Yeah.
I wanted to be to a point where he was, a little bit spilt over on Friday, which we finally did achieve on Friday. Thursday, he still wasn't spilt over. and we were ramming.
I was eating 450 grams of cooked rice, which is like a 454 is a pound. So pretty much a pound of cooked rice with me every meal,
and honey,
and a heaping scoop of honey.
Wow. And a lot of the meals had a high saturated fat.
Yeah.
You did Kobe beef.
Yeah, we did. We did a mistake. He said, "Okay, cook some ground beef," and he thought there was like lean ground beef or buffalo, whatever. And I grabbed the Ben Pekulski's Kobe beef and cooked that because that's the only beef I saw.
It was like 40 grams of saturated fat.
So I ate that. He said, "What the fuck did you do?" I said, the beef." He said, "That's not the beef you want." I was like, "Shit, I did a mistake." But then it's like as soon as I ate that, my veins, everything, and I started sweating, and just like everything was coming alive. I was like, "Wait a minute,
so
maybe we'll go buy ground beef and use it the morning of the show."
There you go.
So everything worked out, and that way Friday night, because he was a little bit spilt over, we could then manipulate the water a little bit, and pretty much exactly how I wanted him to wake up at 262 pounds. On Saturday, he woke up, and that's what he weighed.
Wow.
So, we were 3 or 4 pounds up from New York. And, I was really, really happy with the package. So it was pretty cool to see it, see everything transpire to the stage.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Antoine, talk to me about this last year. You went through the ringer the past few years. There was a big gap in between the MD days and last year. And finally, last year, you were able to really pull yourself out of all that, and you were really hard on the comeback, and you were prepping. So talk to me about tasting victory again after going through all that, your hard days and then the injury, and finally be able to win and qualify for the Olympia. How old are you right now, by the way?
33.
33. So you're still a baby, okay. So talk to me about, it must be great for you to be all the way down to the bottom to now winning the show.
Because when we did the interview 8 years ago, it's funny, I only interview you when I win. Because the last time I won was my pro card. So I won my pro card, and Dave here interviewed me, and 8 years later, I win again, and I get interviewed again. I guess you have a high standard.
Hey, you know what? I'm so glad you won. But to be fair, though, I did call you on Friday to set up that interview.
You tried last year to interview, and during the lockdown.
We were so bummed. We were so bummed.
I tore my bicep, but to answer your question, it's the only time I got emotional about my win is when I was sitting with these guys, and I was thinking like holy shit, I was just in 2017, I was eating food stamps straight out of rehab and living for free at my uncle's, they do real estate. My family, had a free apartment. I had food stamps, I had a free membership. I was like, can I try? I called the guy from rehab, Denis, who from Victory Gyms. Like, can I train at your gym? And then he knew who I was. He said, yeah, sure, no problem. So I got a few clients there. I was making scrap money, getting food stamps, and then I met this girl, moved to Toronto again, the second time for an Ontario girl, and I'm dating another Ontario girl. I don't know what's me with English girls, so I moved, and then things that were with the girl side, then I stayed around Dorian and the whole setup that he had, because I felt like this is the best for me, the best for my career, my bodybuilding, and just.
How did you meet, you two?
That was the Animal Days.
Oh, okay.
A while ago, but when I moved, they were the only guys I knew from the bodybuilding world, right?
Yes.
And everybody who knows Dorian knows that, he's one of the best guys in the industry, so it's pretty much it was a given to hang around him. Yeah, so the reason why I kind of fucked myself over when I was with the drug addictions, because I hung out with the wrong people. So when I came out of my fourth rehab, I was gonna hang out with the best people. Surround myself with the positive people who just want the best for me, and I'm gonna try to give back as much as I can. And so when we did Toronto Pro together, he said, I'll help you out with some with the food and stuff. He hooked me up with Todd from Boss Meals and just different things like that, because I had no sponsors back then. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to pump him out as much as possible. And then we did fourth at Toronto. All right, we're back. I'm back, I think. I looked pretty good. I was just fourth behind Cedric McMillan. Yeah. Which back then, after 1 year fresh out of rehab, I was pretty pumped. All right, let's go. So
that's a big name.
Yeah. So I said, let's go. Let's next year, let's try to do even better. And I wanted to win a show. And I was 2 weeks out from New York, so I wanted to do a surprise entry because I was 4 weeks out from Toronto. And then I tore my bicep. Let's see, you can hear.
Not by training.
No, not even training.
Tell people what you're doing, because people always think we get hurt from. It's never the case.
No, usually it's not. There was a big stuff. I mean, metal sheets on the ground where I wanted to deadlift, but I couldn't deadlift beside it. I was just too into.
We were still doing construction at the gym at Pure Muscle.
Okay.
And there was just like some metal siding.
Okay.
On the ground.
I should now. I'm never gonna say a mistake, but I kind of like lifted up, and because it was bendy, I can't lift it up. So I wanted to jerk it like that, but it was like 500 pounds of stuff. It's like I could bend it this way, but no way it was moving like that. So I went like this, and then I went like snap, like Velcro sound. I was like just that lay on the ground. And I think did you know right away what happened?
Screamed. You're like, Dorian!
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
Fuck. And I was on the ground in the gym. I was just crying because I was so afraid. Like, oh my god, what happened?
Yeah.
Like you don't know
that could be the end of the career.
Why I was afraid is because it was the unknown. Like everything was in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Is that the word for it? Right?
Yeah, jeopardy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, what's gonna happen with the contest? I gotta pull out. This is my carryover and this and so. The first day was pretty rough, but all my friends were there. I did a whole video series on it, and the first video you see I'm at my house and stuff, and you're trying to Google stuff, what to do, call Dr. Khan and stuff, but I didn't stay in the bad mind spot too long.
Yeah.
I just pulled myself out. I was like, you know what? I'll just do the best I need. What's the best I can do? It's just my best.
Yeah.
I'll just do that.
Yeah.
And then I just 2 days later I was doing legs, I was training the left side the whole time. Then I got surgery 10 days later. And I just did everything I had to do. And then I started prepping for the shows this year. Then COVID happened and they locked down, but that's the same for everybody. So,
I know. How long did it take for you to be able to work out normally again
I don't know.
after the injury?
Good 3 months.
3 months. It's not bad.
I saw a picture of me a year ago, and I was like kind of small. My arms were small, but I think a year ago I could start training. I was training pretty
Okay, that's not bad.
His recovery was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quicker than the average person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now my arms are kind of like almost the same size. And then this one I was always like a bit smaller. And I don't think people can tell unless I show them the scar, and they can't tell like really that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then we just did this prep, and we kind of shut it down because of the lockdown. And then as soon as some shows came back up, we're like, let's do Boston, because Boston was like 12 weeks away in my head or something, but then 4 weeks out from Cali, my girlfriend there, she was like, why don't you do Cali in New York? So maybe I could do Cali, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask Dorian if I can do it. And Dorian was like, you thought like I could do it, I think.
Yeah.
So let's give it a shot.
If anyone can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, so I was like, all right.
How easy to work with as an athlete?
Oh, easy.
Yeah, he's one of the easy one.
Well,
they're not all easy.
He's the type of guy where like he gives everything 110%, and I never have to second guess whether he's working hard enough or if he's following the diet. I know, like, because I've been there in person. Like, he's to the gram with his scale. He loses his mind if it's like
so he's a real full time.
30 seconds. I'm like 301. Shit.
You're full time to the max.
Then I break the rice in half.
And when it comes to training and cardio, like, he does it 100%. Like, prepping Antoine, like, I feel like 1 week with Antoine is like 3 or 4 weeks with another client, just because he's so efficient. He does everything at 110%. There's more. I usually have to tell him to scale back. I usually have to tell him, you know what?
Take it easy.
In and out of the gym, 60 minutes.
Oh, he said that today.
Yeah.
Actually, he timed the workout. He's like, okay, I'm good. I'm below an hour.
He wants to push.
Yeah.
So I got to pull him back. Even like, for example, the Tuesday before we left, our flight was on Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was a non-training day, and he did yoga in the morning time. And the yoga sessions are like, what are they, 60 to 90 minutes?
It's one of the hard, yeah.
Yeah, they're hard and they're long.
Yeah.
Here he is like 5 days out or 4 days out, and he texts me. He's like, "Hey, there's another 90-minute yoga at 7 o'clock this evening. Can I go?" I'm like, "No."
No.
Yeah, I was doing that when he said let's kick it in second gear for the shows at Cali in New York. I was like, okay, so I was doing like the 40 minutes of cardio they told me to do, which is pretty easy, and if you do it in the morning, I get my heart rate up pretty good on the bike or the treadmill. I get my techno going, and then I would train at the gym. And then I would do yoga at night. I did 6 days in a row, stuff like that. This is when I got really lean. I just like...
His intensity, though, is like when he does his 40 minutes of cardio, is not like your average cardio.
Yeah,
session.
snail walking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's intense. His heart rate, he jacks that heart rate up.
Yeah, I try.
He tracks it with his watch.
Yeah, my watch and stuff. I try to get it in the zone with the
intense.
techno and stuff, and then sometimes I'm like, I kind of get slow at first, and then I just kind of like focus, and I get into a flow state. You know what flow state is?
Yeah.
And when I get there, I just like, all right. Then sometimes when the cardio's over, it's like, shit, I wish it was longer, because I was like, when
you were in that zone.
flow
Yeah.
stage feels good. It's like everything is like. And then I was like, I'm gonna
Endorphins.
stop. And then I do a little jumping rope extra. You know, like I always like try to do a little
Just
bit
squeeze
more,
a little bit extra. Yeah.
a little bit more, because I think that mentality with bodybuilding, that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
You'd rather do a little bit more than a little bit less.
Yes.
You know,
I agree
so
with that.
So yeah, that yoga, like in my prep, this time I really like smashed the yoga, the power hot yoga. I think it should be a staple along with cardio and training and the diet. Yoga should be in there.
Wow. I
Yeah.
like that. Do you do yoga?
I had before. I'm gonna start doing. When we get back, I'm gonna start doing.
I'm like a yoga sport person right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you do all you guys?
I've done it before.
But
yeah,
all you
I
guys,
really
you tell them
enjoy
to do
that.
yoga too?
I
Or no?
do. A lot of my guys I do encourage to do
Okay.
yoga.
But they don't.
Yeah, it's hard. Right? It's hard.
Reagan, if you're watching this, that means you.
Yeah, you should, like for real.
I think Quentin's gonna start doing it too.
Oh, yeah?
He told me that he wants to.
You don't hear that too often, bodybuilders do yoga. That must be funny to watch.
Yeah.
So, guys, qualified for the Olympia. That's a huge achievement. What are your hopes for this year's Olympia?
Jay told me that you need to say that you're gonna compare yourself with the best in the world.
All
'Cause
right.
I would say like, I don't know, like maybe I'll do like a top 10 or something. He thinks I can do better than that.
What would be a victory? Let me ask you this. What would be a victory for you at the Olympia? Top 6?
Top 6, that's my goal. Top 6 is just like my ultimate like goal. Because my friend Salim Satsé is a trainer from Montreal. He said you're top 6 in the world potential. I'm like,
Yeah.
Really? And he's a smart guy. I'm pretty sure he's not telling me that to pump my tires. So I think that's steady kind of in my mind, and I think that's a good goal.
Yeah.
And Ben Bukulski said I need to add 15 pounds of muscle to be like on my upper body and stuff, and just be like. And I think if I can do that, and I think I can.
Yeah.
While keeping the waist small, you know, like because if you keep my digestion like really good, like even with all the carbs, I was like just. Flat stomach.
Wow.
Just salt and rice. It just like burn it up.
Wow.
So you start mixing stuff that you get bloated with the weird like sauces and condiments.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was saying what again?
No, I think with like the time we have for.
Oh yeah, the goal for the Olympia.
Yeah.
I think he could add. I think we could see him on stage 5 pounds bigger.
Yeah.
You know, catching a little bit of a rebound.
Yeah.
Not depleting quite as hard as we did going into this show.
Yeah.
I think we did get a little bit too depleted, which made it really hard to carb up.
Yeah.
So I think just not allowing the body to deplete as hard and retaining a little more fullness. I think he's going to be able to be like 5 pounds bigger.
But top 6 at this year's Olympia is just
It's
it's
insane.
bonkers. Wait a minute, like there's like Phil Heath coming back.
There's four.
Brendan Curry. That's Miss Olympia. There's Dexter Jackson.
Flex
Miss
Lewis.
Olympia. Flex Lewis is 7 times 212.
Yeah.
And then you got all the guys from the top 5 last year.
I know.
That's going to be like what? That's your top 10.
I know, but you got to shoot high. Jay's right. You have to shoot high. So if
Yeah,
he gave
but
you that advice, it's because
Yeah,
he
but I
believes
saw
in it.
myself in some pictures, and I look pretty hard on stage. And I think some guys at the Olympia, what happens is that for some reason the guys who won shows, they show up to the Olympia and they don't look as good.
I know.
I don't know why. It's because maybe they keep prepping, they're tired, or I have no idea, or they're like, oh it's the Olympia, I can't compete, and they just don't push. I don't know what their reason is, but some guys I find they don't look as good.
If you're in sick shape at the Olympia, you'll do well.
Yeah, well, of
Because
course
they'll always reward. But it's not always the case. Sometimes
Condition.
they're not. Yeah,
I know,
conditions
but
key.
but for sure, if I do top 10 and above, I'll be happy. But as long as I'm better than Cali,
That's yes.
as long as on my arms, like I was like, as long as I improve my double bicep, because now I'm doing like full frontal like that, because the tire doesn't like the twist. So now I just had a few days to practice that.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I gotta improve my lats. I gotta open up more. Jay said I should get treatment to open up more, so my training's better. I'm gonna maybe go back to see Ben Bukulski and.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that you've had a lot of people, especially some of the top champions, such as Flex Wheeler, who actually said, "Hey, let me come with me. I'll show you a couple of things for posing." You said you felt like a rookie.
Yeah, it was cool for real. It's Ben Bukulski. He said the best teacher he had for posing was Flex Wheeler.
Wow.
And he kind of like hooked us up with him.
Wow.
And he gave us like 2 hours and a half of his time, and he would,
Wow.
do it again for sure. And I learned a lot, but I felt like, he said, I don't care if you're tired, you're going to hold those poses. I'm like, he's making me do that like 3 days out. I'm fucking dying here. But he taught me a lot of stuff. And one of the cool things he did is that I'm going to come to the show and be there for you.
And he was there.
Yeah.
And he
So
was
I
there.
was like,
It was
pumped.
cool because I was there, and I don't think Flex really knew who Antoine was before this, and you know he probably didn't know like what he's capable of. And I was over with Mark, and you know when Antoine got called out, top two guys.
Max, yeah.
It was so cool to see. Flex was pumped. He's like, Dorian, get over here.
He was excited. Yeah, he was invested.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you could tell genuinely was happy to help me out and just give his time and
That's great.
get back to the to bodybuilding.
And same thing with Ben. He invited you back at his MI40.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to go over there. He's going to give you
He
some
wants
tips
to
or
come
back.
back and help me out. So you know what? Those are opportunities that I'm going to take and I'm going to use them
I know.
100%. It's like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
How do you feel about having all these top guys just lending their? I mean, they obviously believe in you, otherwise they wouldn't bother. Same thing with Jay. He takes the time to text you
for
before
sure.
the contest to tell you, you know,
Yeah,
it's great.
Jay texts me every time because I did the 2 shows there, and my background was actually one of his texts saying that he was going to be watching, encouraging me, and it feels good. I mean, it means that I'm on the right path. I'm on my path right now, and I just need to keep doing what I feel is right in my heart and just go towards there, stay positive, and try to, bring people up with me because I learned that from Dorian. I think he's one of the only guys in the industry that he wants not only himself to succeed, but he wants to bring everybody else with him.
That's great.
And everybody who knows Dorian knows what I'm talking about right now.
It's good karma, man.
Yeah, so
That's good
well, look, it looks. I'm applying that. I'm hanging out with him, and just we're meeting Jay, Flex Wheeler, Ben Pekowski, fucking Mad Max over there. Cutler TV. I mean, and I won the show there. I always forget. I just won a show.
It'll settle in. It'll hit you
but
once
it's
you go
like-
back home. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really feel like I'm on my path right now. I'm just gonna do my best and just do that, and just
Keep on improving.
just keep on
That's what it's
improving.
about, right? Showing up each show and just coming better.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a great energy? And I knew that from the first day we met, and of course we're from the same hometown, so we kind of have that bond and stuff. But you can always tell someone's energy. If it's positive or it's positive. And you've always been the type to not only you want to have fun. I remember you said, bodybuilding is so boring. I want to make it fun. Remember that you were saying that I want to make it fun. I want to make it, with a sense of humor. And you've always kept that. And you have a great attitude, which is very important in sport if you want to be successful, and you want others to do well as well.
Of course,
so I think you two's mix is a good one, and I'm so excited for you guys to go to the Olympia, and I wish you the best of luck. So next you have Regan, one of you guys competing soon at the Spain.
So, Regan's going to be doing the Spain.
Nice.
And the following week, Keon's going to be doing the Chicago. Which is
Are you helping Keon too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So those two guys both have shows coming up. So,
Do you have time for all these guys? You're getting busy now.
Yeah.
How is
super
that?
busy,
Is
super
that hard
busy.
to juggle?
It's been a challenge.
Yeah.
It's been a challenge, but we're getting through it. I love coaching. It's a passion. So I'll never take anyone on unless I can give them 100%.
Yeah.
So I am at a position right now where I don't feel comfortable really taking on anyone else.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
Because, when Cressito but Jay was just the only one.
Yeah.
He started Jay, and there was really nobody else. Mm-hmm. And you know how many people he's got now. And sometimes I don't know if it's a good thing, to be honest. He had 6 people in the show out of 17 yesterday to see those 6 people.
It's really hard to give
So,
everyone
yes,
100%.
the full attention and,
Well, James Ayat from Team Atlas, he's doing it.
Yeah.
But this guy's multitasking like a beast, though.
He's got a good team too.
Yeah.
He's got Jen. He's got a good
It's
team.
doable, but then again, you're
you need
not
help.
doing only that. You're doing the gym, the HD Muscle supplement brand.
That's
then
right. So you have your own brand. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah. So we have HD Muscle. We launched that back when the pandemic sort of just started.
Okay.
So
How did that go?
It was an interesting time
Right.
to launch a brand.
Yeah.
But we sort of just focused on putting out content, starting a YouTube. We focused what was in our control.
Smart. Yeah.
And we actually got a lot of support from everyone, and we're really, really thankful for all the opportunities we've been given, and we've managed to really grow over the last 5-6 months.
He's the king of content, this guy.
Yeah.
To have him to help you with the videos is
amazing.
he's just a natural at it.
No,
So
it's
what's the
great.
Instagram for
It's
the line?
HD.muscle.
HC.muscle.
Yeah.
You have John with you guys. When I shot him in Florida, John's part of you guys.
John he's going to be at the event next week. We're all going to the Carbon
That's
Culture
cool.
event.
You have some good people, man.
Yeah,
I love your
there's a bunch of
people.
out there.
I like
it's gonna
that.
be Cool.
Yeah. If you go on hdmuscle.com, if you're like a supplement nerd and you know about ingredients, just check out our formulas.
Is it transparent? You write everything down?
Oh yeah,
there? Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
We write everything down and everything, like even the trademark items and stuff. And go if you know about supplements and you know like what works and what doesn't, what's the clinical dose and stuff. Go see our formulas, and you're gonna buy for sure. And then once you taste them, you're gonna be like, how the fuck did they pull that off?
What's your best product? What's your favorite one?
I took Elite today.
Okay.
The lemonade one.
And what is that?
It's a pump product. It's like
Okay.
a pre-workout without stimulants because I do like my coffee in
I
the
love
morning.
that. Yeah.
So I do coffee in the morning and then I do Elite and I always get the good pump. So you saw my back today was pretty pumped. And
What's your favorite?
Oh,
They're all your favorites, but pick
honestly,
one.
They're all my favorites because all the formulas are basically like when HT Muscle was an idea, it was basically like, you know, I coached so many athletes. It was hard. Even if you take a multivitamin, for example, I would have to tell people to go buy 9, 10 different products and send them links to Amazon to get all the vitamins and minerals they need. So when I was able to formulate a vitamin that has everything they need in one product at a fraction of the cost, it's super exciting for me, right? I love supplements, I love ingredients. So basically all the products were basically formulas I would want my clients to take. So now it's like they can have the confidence in buying, knowing that it's like everything I want them to use.
There's so much to learn when you start a new supplement. As I know Jay Jay endorsed countless companies in the past and stuff, but he never really knew so much about supplement. When he started his Cutler Nutrition, he knows so much now because he's always researching. You're always wondering what's next and what's new. So you get to become expert at that stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. How old are you, Dorian?
33.
Okay, so about the same age.
We're the same age.
Yeah. You guys like brothers.
Yeah, same age. Yeah.
Guys, I really want to thank you so much for coming right after your big win here. I really appreciate it. And to not only keep your word, but delay your flight so you could actually do this because you're supposed to leave at 4 today.
For sure. So, I mean, for Mad Max and Cutler TV, we'll spend a few bucks more, no problem. And it's Vegas, why wouldn't I stay here? And,
you gotta eat. Jay's like, he'll stay. He's gonna want to eat. That's what he said.
Today I'm gonna do the pink box donuts. We're gonna find that. But yesterday I had a lot of food, so today we'll just do donuts. But other than that, I'm back on the diet.
Okay.
If not, I get pretty swole after the show. I'm already like 8 pounds over my stage weight right now.
All right.
So good job.
Guys, thank you so much for being on the channel. We appreciate it. All right.
Pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
There you go.